It says, "The teachers of the law and the Pharisees brought in a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group and said to Jesus, 'Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery.'" There wasn't any denying. It says she was caught in the very act of adultery. And so they go on and say, "And the law of Moses commands us to stone such women. What do you say?" And so, the Pharisees and all the people there, they're all bringing in their judgment and condemnation on this woman who had stumbled in this act of adultery. As we read on, we see Jesus' response. He says, "They were using this question as a trap in order for a basis to accuse him. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger." Now, it doesn't say what he was writing. But, it says, "When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, 'If any one of you is without sin, let him be the first to throw a stone at her.'" So I don't know what he was writing the first time, but it says, again he stepped down and wrote on the ground. At this, those who heard began to go away, one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left, with the woman still standing there. And so we don't know for sure what he was writing. We can speculate. What I believe that he was writing was, it says they went away one at a time. I think the reason for that was he was writing down their own sins, one at a time. And one at a time as they saw these sins listed in the sand. And then he put their name next to it. They're like, they realized. He knew each of their own sins that they thought nobody knew about. None of them was perfect. They were like the people in Matthew chapter 7, and those first few verses that were trying to pull a speck out of someone else's eye when they had logs in their own. And so they're bringing this judgment on this woman when each of them had their own things that they had in their life that they thought no one knew about. But God knows everything.